Good afternoon, teachers, faculty members, family, and of course, our promoting class of 2029. My name is Jane Han, and it is an honor to stand here today in representation of our grade, and more of an honor that I had the opportunity to serve as the middle school STUCO president in this past school year, along with our vice president, Timothy Park. Today marks our 1,397th day in middle school. Let that sink in for a bit. 1,397 days of tests, projects, early mornings, presentations, and drama. But also all those days filled with laughter, inside jokes, unforgettable memories, and moments that shaped us. But today, out of all those days, it is the one that matters most. Because it's the one that we have been wondering when it will ever come, but also the one we'll look back on for years, wondering how time went by so fast. However, before I talk about where we're going, I want to talk about where we've been. Our grade is special, not just because of the qualities we may carry, which there are, but because of what we represent in our school's history. We were the last 5th grade class to ever be part of middle school. That means we entered this world earlier than others will. Awkward, tiny, and honestly, kind of confused. But even though we started early, we didn't just survive middle school. We reshaped it. We brought back the 8th grade formal, not because we had to, but because we wanted to, as a grade, as a team, to create moments that mattered, and they did. We helped our school win its first ever kayak cup. This wasn't just a trophy to us, it was a symbol of our sweat, teamwork, and passion that went behind it. We lived through the pandemic, with the technology transitions, the new standard changes. We've watched the world change around us and adopted faster than anyone has given us credit for. And somehow, through all those changes, we still found joy. We found it in inside jokes and shared eye contact, in bus rides, in Adventure Korea, in walks to the washroom that felt like hours, in spirit weeks, tournaments, jamborees, concerts, and even just sitting at our lunch tables. We made all of those days count. But now, we move forward. And here's where I want to slow down a little and say something real. Because high school is coming, and with it comes new challenges, new chances, new pressure, new everything. So remember this. We always have a choice in life. Hate has 4 letters, but so does love. Enemies have 7, but so does friends. Lying has 5 letters, but so does truth. And negativity, it has 10, but so does positivity. Life gives us the same tools, but we choose what to build. And we, being here today in our gowns and caps, it shows that we have already made choices that shape who we are. We chose to show up. We chose to care. We chose to grow, and we chose to try. We don't always get to control what happens in life. In fact, we rarely do. Sometimes it's unfair, unexpected, or just plain hard. But what we do get to control always is how we respond, who we choose to be, whether we make people feel small or seen, whether we criticize or create, whether we bring down or up. And that power, that choice, it's always ours. So let's be honest. None of us is the same person we were when we first walked into this building. We've learned and we failed, but we've also gotten back up each time. We've realized that leadership isn't about attention, but rather action, and that respect isn't given, but rather earned. Middle school taught us this. Maybe not with a worksheet or a grade, but with experiences and with each other. We've been lucky, really. We've had teachers who believed in us even when we didn't believe in ourselves. We've had friends who stood by us at our weirdest and our lowest. And we've had moments that reminded us that we're never truly alone. So to our teachers, thank you. You put up with our chaos, our late assignments, our issues, and somehow you still showed us that we can be ourselves and you still cheered us on. To our families in the back, thank you. Thank you for pushing us on, protecting us, and giving us the room to figure ourselves out. And of course, to ourselves, thank you for the memories, the courage, and for making this school feel like home rather than a distant place. Now we look ahead. We'll walk different paths after today. Some of us will change schools. Some of us will try something new teams, new clubs, and maybe even new friends. But no matter where we go, the legacy of our class stays here, and the history we made and the future we inspire. High school isn't just the next step, is it? It's a new chapter, a blank page, and with it comes higher standards for our work, our choices, and our character itself too. It's a fresh start, a second chance to make smarter, kinder, and more patient choices, a chance to define us, not by the mistakes we've made in the past, but by the people we choose to become. So hold yourself to high standards. Don't hold yourself back, or you might even regret it in the future. Take risks, be thoughtful, be brave, be the person you choose to be, not the person you're expected to be. So, when life feels complicated, when you're unsure or overwhelmed, just remember, we always have a choice. So choose your best side. Thank you, and congratulations to all of us. We made it, and we're just getting started.